Let's get some music on the background. I'll play the goddamn song I have had stuck in my head all day. In a good way. I love the song. It was a good day. I just played Modern all day. Before I blow my ears out. Where is it? Where is it? Oh. I think you're getting it, but I'm not. Need a little more light in here? How's that now? Little late night stream kind of going on. All right, so here is the docket. I need to practice some Ruby Storm. There's a lot of triggered abilities in this deck. I know it's a crazy notion coming from me, I know. I don't think Prismatic Ending's supposed to be in here. Something has gone wrong in this list. 56. I do not think... All right, we got to consult the gods. Goldfish MTG. All right, let's go to decks. Popular decks. It's funny because I had this deck running earlier, but clearly something has gone wrong in my organization. We're going to look at Modern. Ruby Storm. We're going to compare these lists. We have our Rouse. That was really easy. It's just strike it rich. Oh, wait, we have it under the wrong category. 4 Desperate Ritual, 1 Grape Shot, 4 Mana Morphose. There we go. Oops. Instant. We'll read chat in 1 second. All right. We're at 64 cards. We'll fix this in a second. Right. Okay, now our prismatic endings are in the right spot. All right, playtester. Gonna make this nice and large. F11 looks extra nice now. Let me move my camera up and over. This better? Webcam, chat box, window capture, webcam group. Move this all up. All right, now we're good to start. I did not mean to keep this hand. He binds. What's the restart game? All right. Why am I getting confused by this interface? Probably because I've been using Scryfall for this. Or I'm sorry, Moxfield for this. All right, new game. We see the Ruby medallion. Let's flip a coin. Heads, I'm going first. I'm going first, so I had the gemstone in my opening hand. I think that's fine. We'll keep it. Turn 1. Scalding Tarn. Bracket. Oops. Search for Thundering Falls. We played Thundering Falls. That's 1-2. My headphones just died again. My headphones have been separated from me for 2 days. All right, we surveil 1. We see a Sacred Foundry on top. We're going to throw that in the bin. Untap, draw. Bloodstained Mire, crack it, search. We do not need to shock ourselves by any means. Cast Ruby Medallion. Next turn, draw. All right, here's the Storm turn. For 1 mana, I cast Artist Talent. For 1 mana, I cast Desperate Writ. Trigger Artist Talent. I discard Gemstone Caverns to draw a card. Generate 3 red mana. Is there a mana counter built into this? Dice and coins. That's just for rolling. Oh, here we go. It's the bottom window. We're on 3 red. Desperate Rituals in Graveyard. Spend 1 of our 3, going down to 2, cast Pyretic Ritual, discard a mountain to draw a card. Hit Ren's Resolve. Resolve Pyretic Ritual, adding 3, going to 5. Cast Ren's Resolve, going from 5 down to 4. We flipped 2 cards into exile. It is these 2 cards. This goes to my graveyard. I have 4 mana. I spend 2 of it on Ral, perhaps? Or do I just Valakut right here? I think we Valakut from exile. Yeah, we spend 2 red to Valakut from exile. We're going to discard Ral, Valakut to draw 3 cards. We have 2 red in the tank. We spend 2 red for Glimpse the Unthinkable, the Impossible. 1, 2, 3. These are all in exile. Oh my god, it's the perfect draw. We tap Thundering for Pyretic. Trigger Artist Talent. Discard Ruby Medallion, draw a card. Generate 3 red mana. Cast Ren's Resolve. Flipping 2 cards. Spending 1 red mana. We cast Manamorphose, spending 1 mana. Discarding Strike It Rich to draw a card. We go up 2 mana. Spend 1. Friends Resolve again. Flip 2. 1, 2. Cast Pyretic Ritual. Spending 1 red. We have an Artist Talent trigger. Discard Reckless Impulse to draw a card. Generate 3 red. Cast Arid Mesa. Bracket. Search. See how we withheld that land drop for a long time? That seemed good. Alright, then I cast Past in Flames with 1 red mana open. Let's look at our graveyard. Cast 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Storm count is 10. We need to get to 20. All right. Something's going horribly wrong with my headphones right now. It's going to then blow my ears out. Alright, with Past in Flames, we just win because we have all our rituals in the graveyard. We're just going to cast almost everything again. What's nice about this deck as compared to some other decks is that I can literally just practice this on my own so often. Very nice. Oh, we got music finally. Ooh. Now, this is the kind of music you need for, like, Ruby Storm. All right. New game. Game menu. Oh, man, this is a great hand. I played against some black-white today. Nothing to interact with the Ruby Medallion except for, on their end step, flickering my Ruby Medallion with a Flicker Wisp, which is a pretty good place to be. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see if I'm going first or second. Flip a coin. Heads is first. Heads, I'm going first. No draw, play Mount. Raw, play Sunbaked, play Ruby, pass. Shit, we don't want Elegant. We have everything we need to go off. 3 red. +2. -1. Exile the top 2. Go down 1 more mana. Exile the next 2. How funny would it be if they had to ban a card and they only ban Ruby? Mana Morphose goes up by 1. And I draw a card. Damn. Holy shit. Spend 1 for Pyretic. Go up 3. Spend 1 on Desperate. Go up 2. I'm just going to start saying the nets go up 2. We wooded Foothills now because we want to grab a land so that we don't draw it. That's going to be a mountain. Right to the field. This is an exile. Cast in Flames. Spending 3 mana. So this goes up by 3. Sorry, up by 2. Up by 2. Up by 2. Up by 2. So we're going to go up to 12 mana. These are now in exile. Now we're going to start 1, 2... Not this. 3. I will spend 3 mana to cast these. Manamorphose is going to generate 1 mana, refunded, and draw me a card. I'm going to exile 2. Sorry, I'm just going to exile 4. 2, 3, 4. This mountain was already in exile. I'm just going to leave it in exile. These lands I'll leave in exile. These were the 3 that go to exile. Manamorphose, I go up a mana, draw a card. Manamorphose, I go up a mana and draw a card. That goes to graveyard. This one goes to graveyard. We search my graveyard and flashback Past in Flames, spending 4 mana. Although I'm at 12 mana, so I think I actually put a Ruby Medallion into play. We don't really need 3 Ruby Medallions. That's a bit of overkill, if you ask me. Past in Flames again, spending 4 mana. Then I'm going to Manamorphose, twice, going up 2 mana total, drawing 2. Artist Talent, spending 2. If I had that earlier, this game would be over. Spend 2, Ruby Medallion. We have an Artist Talent trigger. I'll just discard Gemstone to draw a card. Yeah, we whiff. That looks really good. Can we draw a card off of Sunbake, going down to 4, going down to 3? Draw a card. Pyretic Ritual, spending 1. Going up 2, but we're going to discard a Scalding Tarn. Draw a card. We're going to then... Oh, yeah, it actually goes up... Yeah, never mind. Spend 1 mana to cast Wish. I'm going to look at my sideboard. Grape Shot. That is a T3 win. God, this deck is perfect. So we have Ral here. This is very good. We keep this. I'll put Wish on the bottom of my library. Am I going first or second? Heads, I go first. I go second. Turn 1, draw. Scalding Tarn. Bin. Search for Thunder. Thundering Falls. Shuffle. Surveil. Bin. Untap. Draw. Scalding Tarn. Bracket. And we grab Mountain. Past Ral. Pass. I'm going to untap. I'm going to pretend that Ral gets killed this game. I'm going to draw. So there's some argument to either playing Ral or Artist Talent here. Do I want the cards more, or do I want the mana more? Ral with the mana I can get out artist talent. What am I even talking about? Playing mountain, then we just play artist talent too. Oh, it's instants and sorceries, not red spells. Therefore, I think I just sit here. Draw. There's probably not a reason to try to flip him with a strike at Rich on my turn, was it? I don't think so. Spend 2. Artist talent. Strike at Rich. Discard. Wish to draw a card. Make a treasure. Spend my treasure to Reckless Impulse. Flip 2 cards. 1, 2. I have no more treasure. I'll play Gemstone from Exile. Tap 2 Glimpse. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then that was a bad glimpse. You don't want to spend your last mana. Alright, we're going to reset. And we see the problem. This is an alright hand. Scalding Tarn, Bracket, Search. Thunder. Travail. Ruby Medallion. I will leave you on top. I will draw. Well, it depends on the matchup, of course, because right now I'm looking at 2 Ruby Medallions, which I don't hate. For the redundancy, I'm going to go Ruby. We'll see what we're doing next turn, but Artist Talent comes out quicker this way. I'm going to draw. Let's pretend our Ruby Medallion was destroyed. Wooded Foothills, search. Grab Mountain. Play card. Play Mountain as land for turn. Cast Ruby Medallion. Cast Artist Talent. Cast Reckless Impulse. Trigger. Discard Past in Flames. Flip to, excuse me, draw. And then I flip 2 into exile. All right. Play these until the end of my next end step. Reckless Impulse to the bin. Ruby Medallion on the field. I'm gonna untap. Draw. What do we need off the sideboard potentially? This would be a funny flage angle in a real game. Maybe it's just the Past in Flames to my hand with this wish. Oh, I'm sorry. We put this back in the side. We don't wish. Forgot about my Artist Talent for a second. We Desperate Ritual. Discard Wish. Draw. That doesn't help anything. Little stuck here. But it's okay because we have 2 red mana. Past in Flames. 1, 2, 3 mana. Discard Bloodstained Mire, draw a card. Look at my graveyard. Alright. Flashback. Desperate Ritual. Going to 2 to 3 red. That's an exile. Cast Reckless Impulse for 1. Flip 2. This exile pile is insane. Search. Flashback. Wish is the only one that still has flashback enabled, which is okay. This Past in Flames. Because from my sideboard, it's now in my graveyard. I spend 1 mana, Ren's Resolve. Flip 2. We're getting close to... Well, no. I forgot about this Desperate Ritual again. I probably stagger it so I fire Rituals first, but I actually don't know that. And I could churn more with Artist Talent, actually. This card was flipped. This was flipped. This is in exile. No, Ren's is in graveyard. God damn, then I just... Desperate Writ. Go up 2. Ren's Resolve. Go down 1. Discard Glimpse, flip 2. Or draw, then flip 2. Play... Yeah, I surely played a mountain this turn. 1 red, Ren's Resolve. Flip 2. Hey, 1 more Reckless Impulse, flip 2. If I'm dead on mana, I don't think I continue here. Oh, no, I know. We definitely Reckless Impulse again, because it's until our next end step. Damn, this is wild. Some wild shit. Holy. All right, let's take a new game. We have no cost reducer, mull. We have no cost reducer, mull. Keep 5. We want the Surveil turn 1. We can get it with our Scalding Tarn. Wish can go on bottom. Are we first or second? Second. Turn 1. Draw. Scalding. Graveyard. Search. We're going to grab Thundering Falls. Going to enter Surveil 1. Gemstone to bin. Turn 2. Draw. Mountain Ruby Medallion. We're gonna pray this sticks because this doesn't stick, like game's over anyways. Draw. Artist Talent for 1. Here we go. Thundering. Striker Rich. Trigger. Discard Casting Flames. Draw. Use my treasure token to cast Mana Morphose. Going up 1 mana. I decline Artist Talent, draw a card. We have now... What did I do wrong? I spent 1 on... We're at 2. I think I was talking about the nets, not the active mana in pool. Yeah, Mana Morphose to bin. Cast Ren's Resolve. Discard nothing, flip 2. I think we should have Scalding Tarn first. 1 more red mana. Cast Reckless Impulse, flip 2. There we go. Now we're unlocked. We only needed 1 red mana. Now we're up to 3. I'm going to go Ren's Wrens. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I use that 1 red for the Manamorphose. Up to 2. That's what I did wrong. All right. Cast. Oh, we just natty hit all of them. Reckless. Discard Bloodstain, draw. Flip 2. Reckless. Or Wren's Resolve. Discard Reckless, draw 1, flip 2. We hit Pyretic Ritual. Going up to 3 red. Now we push for the Row. Or do we have the Past in Flames? We don't have the Past in Flames. We're off by 1 mana. Off by 1 mana. We have it next turn. Spend a red. Reckless Impulse. 2 more cards. Spend 1 Pyretic. Going up to 4. Past in Flames. 1, 2, 3. Shake hands. GG. Wild deck. What a wild deck. Alright, well that was a fun 30 minutes. I'm gonna have to change my category, so I will be right back. Flash marker. Wow, it's like really easy to change the tag on Twitch if you know what you're doing, huh? Today I learned, huh? All right, let me hop in and edit my YouTube video title and description as well. Oh, let me hit up some Discord people. All right. Now we're going to play some Slay the Spire Downfall. Oh yeah. You can't see this, but I'm playing this in a window on my desktop. In a tiny little window. It's kind of funny. We're going to play Downfall. We're going to play the Automaton. This mod is so sick. It's so sick. We're on Ascension 8. And I have a boatload of mods active. I think we could lose our money for a rare relic. Tango's not great, but it's not bad. I'm not going to complain. Look at these rest sites. How about these elite fights? Is there a rest site after one of these elite fights? Is there a rest site before one of these elite fights? So we don't want to take left. We want to hit several elites. If we take this center route, we have the most flexibility. For anyone wondering, I'm playing with the hotkeys. Turbo's pretty good. Piercing shot, I think, is better on floor 1. Turbo's better on floor 3. Got a stream manager open in the background. All right, copying sprint. Oops. What I get for playing this in windowed mode. 5, 1, 3. Easy peasy. Coasting through the first floor. Fortify is cool. I like the dexterity. I know it's like expensive, but it could be the first target of our upgrade. I would like to duplicate a card. I like the piercing shot duplication personally. For literally rooms like this. That was probably out of order. But at least these two are in the web. We killed this one. And that was our first function, so we got the money to do that. I gotta remember my bronze core. Whenever I create a function, I gain 1 energy. For the first time, each combat. 4. You probably want to defend, and let's start marking some damage on this first one. When you see it at 27 or 26, what you want to be thinking of are the multiples of 6 for your cards like this. And then Fortify does a little bit more. So if you think about the multiples of 6 on the Fungi Beast, right? We can set them to 24 with 4 strikes. Or we could use 3 strikes and a Fortify to set it lower. That's because we're trying to play around the Spore Cloud from this bad boy. Not trying to lose like a ton of life, but I don't have that many defensive options. We'll do Fortify and we'll have a slightly better defend. And we can weaken the other one as well. So we only take 4 here. We should be able to kill both of them next turn. And there we go. Got a regen potion. Iterate. Iterate goes hard as fuck. Especially in the late game. I probably should have accepted 5 damage there. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I know who Ray Charles is. Very cool, very cool. I haven't listened to Ray Charles in a hot sec. I think this is probably the piercing shot. Maybe in a sec. I love Slay the Spire so much. I gotta focus. Get the full function here. We can break the artifact on that last one. That's definitely the move. Because next turn, if we can weaken this back one, we should be safe. I think we armor up here. Yeah, I like Balatro too. For some reason, the Vorthos of Balatro doesn't stick with me, but I would actually describe my primary genre as card games, but my secondary favorite genre is roguelite. So, if the stream is doing well in a few years, I'm going to be playing like Pharaonic roguelites. Ah, shit. That was the opportunity to snipe the back guy. Let's see. If we gain 5 strength, we'll do 7 damage 3 times. That's exactly 21. Yes, so I use Vorthos in a kind of a funny way. What I actually mean to say is I don't like points games, and you could say life totals are a points game, but Slay the Spire, I like it better that I'm like a thing, whether it's a person or a creature, and I am trying to survive this, whereas Balatro, it just makes me think big number go bigger. Which is definitely not, I absolutely respect, of course, everyone who enjoys that. It's like almost like analogous to a Timmy mentality, but Slay the Spire it's just perfect. It's just perfect. Hot chocolate is broken. I can heal half of my max life, setting me to full, and then my first hand is upgraded. It's pretty wild. But yeah, it is kind of... I know I'm using Vorthos in a pretty incorrect way, but I think it's kind of funny. Cards containing strike deal 3 more damage. I'm not going to get any more strikes with this class. I kind of dig the support cannon. So one of the mods we're using, the most important mod that we're using is, as you can guess... It is the Draft Your Relics mod. I would have to look it up what the actual name of it is, but the option of taking 1 of 3 rods, or relics rather, is so awesome. It makes it feel a lot more interactive and a lot less random, but I will not lie and say that it's harder. It's actually definitely easier. These are not great. Cleanses a lot of damage. All of my really good runs with this character have been me like smashing a ton of encode cards and firing functions as much as I can. Maybe I'll take the cleanse. This is probably just the fortify angle. With this creature, we want to set it to 35. Or we could just unload on it. Set it to 20. It's going to split on 20. That's pretty good, though. I forgot about the support cannon. Oh my god, that was awesome. That was really cool. Surprise one-shot. Nice. Fragment is where we get some defense into our encodes. That's really good. We're at full life. We take the elite fight. We are uniquely good at taking elite fights. Once we get attacks into our function, then our function suddenly, the whole function itself is going to become an attack, which is really important for this boss. We still want to throw a weak onto you, but we're just going to unload everything else. Again, this is going to become an attack, which is not going to trigger the strength pain. Oh, 1962 Modern Sounds. What's on that album? It makes me so sad I can't just listen to this album right now. Do you want me to pause my music on my stream? I wouldn't. I don't really care. Then you can listen to both at the same time if you're so inclined. Whenever you gain block, gain 1 less block, but gain 1 temporary HP. Whenever I use or discard a potion, gain 30 souls. Whenever I add a card, gain 9 souls. Yo, I love that. Taking country music hits from like 10 years ago and turning them into his style of music. That's so cool. Boost, we have the other half of this combo. Optimize is very good. You don't hate the Spire. You told me to play the Spire. And I haven't done it yet. Or I haven't done it in a hot sec. Oh, yes. Okay, good. We're on the same team. Chat, what relic? So I could either gain 9 souls. So I'm playing the Downfall mod. Souls are gold. Do I add a card to gain 9 souls? I don't think I'm taking Potion Backpack. And then there's Rabbit Lantern. When I get gain block, gain 1 less block, but gain temporary HP. Can I start a poll? This kind of late night stream is also for me to, like, you know, learn the ins and outs of Twitch software. Slamfish easy. I think it is fish. Good. Yeah, I don't even know what Rabbit Lantern does, but with all these mods, I do like that things can get really erratic. Now, Boost looks good on paper, but I already have 1 2-cost card in here, and if we draw both 2-cost cards in the same hand, we don't like it. But you know what? I have a campfire upcoming. So getting that also really helps. So in this version, the merchant is no longer a friend. You have to kill the merchant. We're going to keep dumping everything into the encode line. Cardinal, have you ever played the Downfall mod? I'm like obsessed with it. It's so good. But I do too many magic things on stream. I gotta play more roguelikes. It's my bread and butter. We're taking 0 damage. Let's just encode another card. You're afraid of mods. I understand that. Once I beat like A15, no mods, I was like, okay, it's time to play mods. Then I played mods for like a full year. And then after that, only after all of that, did I go back and beat A20 on Ironclad and A20 on Defect. I would describe that as the hardest, probably the hardest game I've ever played. But also I had to like relearn some things because playing with mods, you just either high roll a lot more or you low roll a lot more, if that makes sense. What's looking good in here? Bunch of encoded stuff. Repulsor isn't bad. What does this upgrade into? 1 cost. Whenever you play power, gain a strength. Is this also 1 cost? 2 strength. Okay. I think we prepare crush. But houseplant's really good. If I could play calipers, I would. I'm barely off of that. All right. I would prefer to take an energy giving relic, and then I will remove a strike because everything I've picked up are just extra strikes, except for that one singular defensive card. Here we're gonna smith. I kind of like smithing the weaken rather. Damn, I should have read the upgrade to boost. It's not very good. So I like the deprecate. We'll find out if this is the wrong move momentarily. Well, we are already in a really good spot with this first... with that first function, 4 vulnerable. I can't deal too much damage to him, but now I can start putting weak into my function. I am too strong now, so now I need to just wake him up. Holy damage. God damn, son. Piercing shot. Big defend. Second defend. 31 life. Can we get there? This is going to deal 18. We get there. Easy, easy. At the start of every odd turn, gain 1 strength. Golden Fork, whenever a non-minion enemy dies, gains souls equal to the damage the enemy last taken. Equal to the damage the enemy last took. Okay. Some of these are translated. Let's see. I'm sorry, my fan is set irresponsibly low right now. Okay. I like the cured jaw wound. I'm not playing powers. And then we're going to cook it at a campsite, and it's going to give me 1 strength every turn, which is broken, as you can guess. Oil spill. We have the oil spill to synergize with our cleanse. We have no money, so let's take a fight, a hall fight. We're going to hold on to as many potions as we can, and we're going to dump them all in this fight. I'll defend. Cleanse. Nice. We can not exactly kill that. I think we just fortify. We fire our replicate over here. And then I think I cannot kill him unless I hit him once here. I am totally wrong. I forgot about my support cannon again. All right, what's just a little bit more life loss? I like Safeguard a lot. Now that we also got a card that compensates, we got a card that compensates for the or like the strikes and defense being removed. Plus, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we got a card that compensates for the 2-cost cards because we got a 0-cost card. I refuse to play a strategy that doesn't involve me playing as many cards as many times as possible. Pretty good opener. 64, no, 54 damage to start. Doesn't get better than that. Oil spill, piercing shot. Extra vulnerable, extra damage. Ooh, I should have thrown that strength potion at the beginning of the fight. I'm going to try to end this next turn. She is now in wrath. And she is now dead. Very clean, very clean. I probably could have saved 2 life, but according to Ascension number 5, heal less after boss fights. We'll see how high up I am afterwards. I'm not gonna lie, these are all dog. These are all dog shit. Not great. Dev Tools looks like an insane card, but they're also niche. The only thing that's good about it is Decompile. But Decompile can only... I spend 1 on Dev Tools. I exhaust the encoded cards. I gain energy and draw 2. I mean, it sounds good, but I like my cards to be in functions. So, with a heavy heart, I'm going to skip it. I'm going to skip a legendary card. Or a rare, or whatever it's called. This is interesting. The 8th card from the left in my hand always costs 0. That'd be good if I could, if I had a bigger hand, but I do not have a big enough hand for this. Pandora's box isn't terrible. Okay, we can work around a battle horn. We always play an attack or a power first, and then we gain 1 energy off of it. So basically 1 gets refunded. All right, we're looking at the elite to rest. This right side is linear, but it's not bad. We do want to stop at probably this shot. So how do we get to this shot? I see a campfire here. We could go down this way. We might be kicking it hard enough that we could double elite. Chat, should I double elite? Or do I double? Probably the double campfire. I take it back. I'm a coward. But also, I just really like upgrading my cards, so. Iterates the dream on this because it eats through the metallic armor, the metallicize. Let's invalidate you. Go to. Does piercing shot do it? Yes, it does. Yeah, we're on a roll. I could have taken the double elite fight, I think. Front load is a lot of block. I need to remember attack or power to start my turn. Zzz. You know, I can still take this route. If there was 1 campfire before this, this would be the dream. Yeah, you know I love Rockstar. I think, yeah, I did some soul searching, and I was like, okay, I think I'm just going to have 4 standing cedh decks, okay? And I'm not going to bring them every time. I'm going to bring 2 at a time. Too much money and time has gone into Kinnan, so it's there. Obviously, Celeste. Then maybe Obnixila's Captive Kingpin, because the crowd fucking loves it, and we're recording games. 4, Roxai. As much fun as I had playing Blue Farm, Roxai is just so clean and beautiful. Do I go 5 tries or 3 tries? I think we do 3 tries. Rewards are upgraded. Colorless? Colorless. We get 1. We get a colorless. Common. Rare. That means I need to go for 1 of these and hit rare off of it. 2 obs in the top 16. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. It's the ob season. We'll look at that on stream sometime. Look at the common price. Also, where can I just see the top 16 of Pink Pony? All right, I'm running window. Hang on. This was the top 16 Kennen? Really briefly, because I don't want to go down this rabbit hole. Oh, thank Jesus. We go back. Also, I want to look at David's list. So it was Derevi in the top 4. This is Rockside, okay. It's the days. That's the art of days. That's so funny. You were right, at least Rockside was in the top. And then Blue Farm. What on earth is this? Yishtala, okay. Alright, let's look at this obelisk. Okay, we see a Douthie Voidwalker. Yo. Do we see Douthie? Rev is a cool choice. I have a Rev lying around somewhere. Casual $44 card. Jesus Christ. Dismember, Fire Covenant. Fire Covenant, alright. This is the Ob of the future, minimizing sorceries and maximizing instants. For sure. I am literally shocked there's no gut shot. Does anyone see all will be one? Chat, does anyone see all will be one? That's so awesome. This is a great list. Maybe I'll just play this card for card. Yeah. Alright, that's going to be me eating my vegetables maybe later tonight. Deadpool is a cool include. I've been thinking about Deadpool and Celeste because I can flipper it. Flickering it is just so excessively evil and funny. Deep Breath upgraded is an insane hit. I think another Deprecate upgraded is like overkill. All right, now I'm looking at the other one. Just briefly, this is not a CUDH stream. All right, this is a Praetor's Grasp. Zenith Festival. That's what we're talking about. Notepad. Holy shit, what just happened? We're gonna make a little list of cards I need. Oh, you know what? One other... Yeah. So this is a little bit more Staxy. This is more like Avalanche and Lethal. Whereas this one is more self-sufficient Storm-ish. And I'm interested in playing the more self-sufficient, I think. But I understand why this kind of list would go really hard. Basically at a mixed skill event, right? Because it's really hard for opponents to play around Avalanche of Sector 7 if they're playing anything but like a meta deck. The more meta, well, no, anything gets kind of screwed by these. But I think that less experienced players would have a harder time against this kind of stuff. But this is a sick list too. Holy. All right. We have to at least do a Slay the Spire run and complete it today. I want to climb Ascension up to 9. 9 is right before you get the Ascender's Bane into your deck. The curse you can't remove. I don't like this song. Wait, what's the song I want to listen to? Love Thy Inhuman Self. There we go. We just want to maximize damage here. Oh, I pressed the wrong key. We'll cleanse. So, of course, as you can probably guess, once you kill the merchant, I just missed the battle horn trigger. We're good, we're good. All right, I'll pull up your list. Ow, fuck. Just like strained my eyes. I don't know what I just did. Okay, I'll pull up your list. So we're looking at Aphara. All right, we have a Flicker deck. Flicker is definitely like bread and butter for me. Watcher in the Water's pretty good. All right, so we have a little bit of self bounce. Have you considered the new legendary that is like this from Final Fantasy? I see it in white and it costs 2 mana. Final Fantasy FF. Bin. Oops. Sort by effect. Ambrosia Whiteheart. This is really cool. This is like that Whitemane line, except this one also has like the landfall, and then it's any permanent, not even just creatures. It's very strong. This is interesting. So you have lowered the strength of the mana rocks in this deck. All right, and we're trying to win. We have some like moat stacked. So how are we triggering Aphara every turn? What is our intention here? We want to form a loop with Charming Prince and Felidar Guardian. And then that's our main loop, right? Because of Charming Prince and Felidar, those two together will bounce at every end step, and you will draw a card every turn. Watcher in the Water is like the 2-card combo with this. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, the 2-card combo. My friend has the Aphara deck, although I haven't seen him play it in ages. Look, y'all, I don't even know really who Sheik is. To straight away get what you need. Have you set up gifts on given piles before? When you say what you need, isn't your opponent just going to put 2 of those in? So are you grabbing 4 copies of the same card for your gifts on given pile? If you're playing gifts, I'd probably recommend you just play Intuition instead. Gifts Ungiven. I have a little bit of an issue with Gifts Ungiven being unbanned. Not so much because I think it's like too strong although I think it's really fucking annoying. For me, it takes forever, or every time I've seen it played, it takes forever for them to choose the pile, right? A 4-card pile is not 1/3 as complex. It's not 1/3, rather. A pile of 4 cards is not 33% more complicated than a pile of 3 cards, if that makes sense. Gifts on Given takes way longer. Intuition, if you want that kind of effect, is a little bit simpler. But, I mean, if you really want, you could play both of them pretty comfortably. I immediately think that we might be wanting a Chrome Mox in here to match the pace of the other decks. Azoria Signet could just be Arcane Signet. Azoria Signet, we talked about how if you play this on turn 2, you cannot tap it, whereas you can with like a Felwar Stone. Let's see. What is our Triskelion combo? Am I missing a Triskelion combo? Yeah, so I'm not sure what Triskelion is doing. So we're going to have a giant hand. When you have a giant hand and you set up anything to have a repeated loop, I'd be thinking about instants. 3 counter spells go really strongly there. Okay, you have the Force of Negation, Force of Will Pierce. Okay. So you'll be able to pay off your many cards in hand. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Solemn gives you the land wrap. Okay, so then the biggest question is, where is the bird? We need our bird. Yorion, Sky Nomad. So with Yorion in Charming Prince, you have a loop to draw a card every single turn with Afara. And then also Yorion will do that with Felidar Guardian. I would recommend maybe Restoration Angel. Was that in there already? Oh my god, where did this list go? Yeah, I would consider... Okay, Restoration is in here. What's the other one? It's like Ice, Wind, Stalwart. Oh yeah, Displacer Kitten's a really good choice too. Icewind Stalwart. So what I'm thinking of is to end this game, if you're in blue-white, you could use an Altar of the Brood combo, which already fits your game plan. Does that make sense? With Altar of the Brood, any 2 creatures flickering each other will win you the game. So I'd probably consider Altar the Brood as your kill. And then you use like Felidar, Restoration Angel together. You use Felidar Icewind. You very slowly mill them with... Yeah, all those things. So that would make it a little bit more combo-y. And instead of having a million cards in hand, perhaps not ending the game, it would end the game much more reliably. The second thing I think of is I'm a little concerned about Omniscience in this deck. I don't think you have enough mana to play Omniscience and expect it to hit the field very frequently. And we also have a little bit of a Tri-curve. What is the Triskelion? Okay, 3 counters. I mean, I get that, but Triskelion without a combo is a dramatically weaker card than stuff that's in your other decks. So I get what you're saying, but yeah, good luck. Frost Titan. Frost Titan goes insane in a Yorion loop. This deck, I have a funny feeling you might actually... Yorion might be the secret commander in here. This would be a very fun Yorion deck, too. Then Second Son's a great win con. It's going to be slow. Your mana's light. That was Altar of the Brood. This is one of my favorite cards of all time. You can play 4 of them together in Pioneer. Wait, what's the legality of Mesmeric Orb? Not legal in Pio, legal in Modern. Anyways, Altar of the Brood. Will mill them out, and since you have some reanimation elements in your other decks, it will actually make it more interactive because there will be more cards entering graveyards. I think Altar of the Brood is a great win con, but it's also a really good way to generate interactivity. If that makes sense. Azorius controls Sicko from Jersey. Yeah, so this is obviously a very strong control deck. Yeah, Yorion's going to be the secret commander. The other secret commander is probably Charming Prince. What other cards are like Charming Prince? And then Bizarre Magic has been pretty consistently great at finding this kind of stuff. Nope. Nope. Nah, it's just showing me ETBs. But yeah, I would say more mana unless, yeah, you cut the Omniscience. That makes sense to me. Abdel Adrian's great. Abdel Adrian with Charming Prince is another. Abdel is going to be your other secret commander, perhaps. I chose Afara because, I'm quoting Strawberry, I chose Afara because Zelda is kind of like a Theros god card. She barely ever goes to direct combat and mostly is a passive force helping Link. That is true. Afara specifically because blinking in and out is Sheik's whole ninja shtick, and since she doesn't do anything actually ruthless even as a ninja, I couldn't put in an actual ninja commander. See where you're coming from. Let's look at Scryfall. Enters. Ninja. That's not it. White blue. Damn it. Type is ninja. Is there a ninja with an ETB in Azorius? There we go. There we go. Yeah. I think you gotta play Moonstare Specialist. This is actually really gross. Like Aether Snipe will do this for 3 mana, but if you get this into your Yorion loop, every turn you're gonna return it to the battlefield, and it's gonna return a creature. A battle card? I mean, like, you're gonna have to find a good battle card, which is already a lot to ask. Black and white, I don't know if, or black blue, I don't know if there's, or Jesus, white blue. I don't think there's any battles that are decent even. No, but like, I mean, yeah, you could play the Kamigawa, but I don't even know how good it is. So one thing to be mindful of is you have a lot of things that flicker creatures, but you don't have a lot of things that flicker non-land permanents more generally. Some cards that will do that are like Teferi's Time Twist, and it will come back on end step. Yeah, so I'm just saying it's not going to synergize with your game plan to have a battle, but you do have a lot of flyers. But is there a battle that makes more sense for your deck? That is my question. Archivos is a combo piece in Rest in Peace, Omniscience, Azorius Standard. Thank God that's gone. What about Invasion of New Phyrexia? It makes white, blue, and night tokens with Vigilant. This one makes knights. Kamigawa enters the battlefield, and you tap an artifact or creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it, which is not bad, and it is pretty interactive. But again, I think if you're playing a battle, you're actually just going to play an honest battle. And then, do you have actually enough flyers to kill it? Realistically, we're looking at one that makes everything. So we have one super good one that's super rare because it's going to be very expensive. 2. So let's call it, this is flyer number 1. This is flyer 1.5, okay? 3, 4, 5. 5 flyers. Your likelihood of seeing a flyer then is, it must be in the first 20 cards of your library. So as you set up on your first like 3 turns, if not 4, then if you don't see it, then you're probably not going to see it. Yeah, I think that blue ninja is actually kind of like thematically cool. I also did not ever think about that in the Flicker deck, because a lot of people play like Reflector Mage, right? And that's sort of just a better version of that card, but I like the thematic having a ninja in there. Plus, you don't need any more than one ninja in there. So Watcher in the Water untaps during your untap step, and then also when a tentacle dies. I don't know if we have a way to make our tentacle die. Oh, the blue ninja. Scryfall. Ninja. I cannot type that word today. White blue in the set is Neo. Correct. Moonstare Specialist. Also, this card is like dirt cheap, and if we were to get it, this showcase is pretty sick, if you ask me. I have one of these in foil. Yeah, for sure, but this is 1 penny. Plus, I'm a little bit of a pigeon. I really like foils. Very cool. I am going to hop back in. Again, the last thing that I would probably be considering is the mana base. One thing that's really cool with Yorion is you can flicker your entire mana base, and then all of a sudden you have access to all of your instants because all of your artifacts are untapped. For that reason, I might suggest like Talisman of Progress. I think that's what this one is. Or maybe a Chrome Mox is not a good option on second thought for me because you're going to have to exile a card each time. Lotus Petal is bad. There's probably a world where you can go up to a Mox Opal, but that's kind of not it. I would probably be looking at more 2-mana ramp options in this deck. Because when you flicker them with something like Yorion or Abdel Adrian, they're going to come back, and you're going to have a bunch of mana when they come back. All right, back to the Spire for now. Invalidate's good. Piercing Whale. Fortify. I gain 2 decks off of that compile. Whoa. 78 damage off of 1 card. Okay, we got to get here. Poof. Right? Yeah, it's like actually pretty sick, the pacifist ninja. When's the last time you played Moat or played against Moat? The last level monsters scare you? Oh no. I just will say, if you play Moat, you will be more heavily targeted than you have ever been in any game before. Oh, the sad head guy. Like the big head guy? I think It's a feature is going to go hard. Bosses are going to have status effects. I'm not trying to put status effects into my own deck, even though that's a viable strategy on this character. Oh god, Cardinal. Playing Slay the Spire is a pretty clear-cut example frequently of like a good card and a not good card. I hate to bring that up. But we cut strike here. Our damage output is already insane. We need a little bit more sustain so that we can get to the top floor without so we can get to the top floor without being like halfway to death. Okay, I have remembered accidentally my battle horn now. The battle horn. Right, this guy's dead. Oh, and I can't spend either of the others. Nice. I'll put 2 weak on this. Cardinal, does that mean you're going to have to dip out of this when we get to the really scary enemies? Because we're only on the 2nd floor. Dead. Sorry, bird. Shake hands. After image, blur, and dexterity. For those who don't know, after image is when you play a card, you gain a block. Blur is when you don't lose like your block at the end of turn for 1 turn, or at the start of turn for 1 turn. Then of course dexterity is shield strength. Take advanced measures. What advanced measures? I would pay nothing for a random card. If I had some card selection, I would pay for a new card. I kind of like boost here. Can you jump around what you're trying to say? Can you heavily imply it? Ooh, the Hex Talisman. At the start of combat, apply a weak and vulnerable to a random enemy. Whenever you exhaust a card, gain a temporary strength. Too bad I can't take chips and Hex Talisman. Or chips. Do I have a chips upgrade? No, I don't know. Hex Talisman is too good. Plus it's really good against enemies that have artifact. Yeah, dude, we actually rest here. Are you ready for this? We're going to take a bunch of elites. We're going to take a bunch of elites. Okay, this is a hard elite fight. I'm going to need my strength and dex. This is a really hard boss. That being said, that's doing 13. All right, that's half the life. Never mind. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Ah, yes, a long sleep. One might say the long sleep. Yeah, we're going to keep advancing my piercing shots. Cleanse is a dead card. I wish I didn't take it. It is better than a strike, though, and I have remove strikes, but I would prefer just to not have it at this point. Attack or power? I did neither of those again. Doesn't matter. Encode. Copy of the first encodable card you play each combat. That's pretty good. Oh, Molten Egg. We take Molten Egg because I have a mod that will upgrade this into a creature. And it's really cute. I'm going to tell you, it's really cute. Infinite Loop is really good. It's going to give us a lot of sustain. Sustain deeps, DPS. I know this is like our third time listening to the Storyteller, but it just doesn't get old, does it? All right. All right, just have to do a 28 next turn. Thank you, support cannon. Keep on saying. All right. I don't like functions that exhaust very much. Robo Chop upgrade is pretty good, but not at this stage in the game. This is a pretty easy shuriken. I don't really need more cards in my deck. I would actually prefer to remove cards now. All right, we take another elite. This is a pretty easy elite fight. We'll still tag you with a weaken, and we'll play a weaken on you too. You're dead. And then we shuffle up. Safeguard. Wow, that was a great top deck. Wow, that was a really good set of events. So we got to increase our strength again with Shuriken. If there's anything I know about, I've learned from Ruby Storm, that is, just works every time sometimes. We'll play It's a Feature. 30 incoming damage is a lot of fucking incoming damage. Weak is a dramatic drop in damage. Generally in Slayer the Spire, it's better to apply weak than it is to gain block. Because as you go up in Ascensions, like the numbers get so big that your 5 health from a block is like barely anything. We have a lot of strength right now. That was a one-shot. That was crazy. Oh, Nunchaku is incredible too. We focus the one that's been hit with the injury. Okay. One shot from 54. Chat, I'm not gonna lie, I think we're pretty unstoppable at this point. Really good stuff. That's just gonna kill both. Deprecate, save me some life. I can front load to deal more damage. Next turn, we're going to draw a function. We're not going to draw a function. We're going to make a function and then play it. Without weakened, I don't think I can kill this bird. Vulnerable will do it, though. Encode X copies of Fragment and then gain energy. How have I never seen this before? Ooh, upgrade all strikes and defends is really strong, but I do have hot chocolate. I do have hot chocolate. All strikes and defends gain encode. Now we're kicking. All right, we take the elite. This is crazy. You want to snipe the one at the back. First things first, I play a power for my battle horn. Then we draw. I think we have to front load here. It feels really bad. You can piercing shot though. Pretty good. Yeah, we have to front load. Or we could cleanse. 22 plus 13. That won't do it either. What is... That's only 3 extra life though. So I think this is the cleanse play. And then we got to kill this back one as fast as possible. As fast as possible. We want to weaken the front one first before we fire off our function. We'll use fragment because it's small on you. Then we use the function to kill this guy. All right. No, I'll play format for the fun of it. Wow, that's a good card. Format. Wow, that's like insanely effective. Oh, for sure, we take the Vajra. We are cooking with straight heat this run. I'm gonna rest. All right, we're against the Hermit. End of floor 2. After I play an attack, he cycles his first card. I have to remember to start my turn with an attack. Gain energy. Let's draw a card. We could use front load. Front load could also be cut from this deck, and I would be very, very happy about it. Fragment versus defend. Fragment is just like so simply better than defend. We've already created a function this combat. Let's make another one and let's draw into it again. I have to remember that my strikes and defends also encode now. But other than that, we don't really care about how our functions actually connect within themselves. We just want to play a lot of them. We see when we play it. That was out of order, but that's okay. Damn, that was a lot of damage again. We want to start with an attack. 12 damage 3 times is pretty good. Ooh, I'm going low. I was barely off of that. But we just got so many relics on our run so far. We've gotten so many. Full release is really good. Okay, full release. So with full release, it will change our functions from a card into a power. From a like skill or attack into a power. It's very nice. At the start of my turn, gain an energy. At the end of my turn, take 1 damage and increase the damage by 1 up to 4. It is literally the reverse of max speed. Pickle Pizza is very strong. Pickle Pizza lets me negate the negative effects of weak and frail. And then there's always Snecko's Second Eye. At the start of my turn, draw 4 cards, going up to 9 cards. Then I become heavily confused. It will never be lower than the base cost. So Snecko's Second Eye is only if you have like a shitload of energy and nothing to do with it. Damn. Heal less? I went from 6 to 74. Who said heal less and thought about it critically? Let's look for a nice combination of rest sites and elites. Yo, let's listen to the Slay the Spire soundtrack. Is it playing? Oh, we just have no sounds on it. Or at least I don't. Whatever. Okay, let's really nail down this route. I'm gonna kill... Did I kill the merchant the last time I saw them? Alright, I think we just take this campfire first. We really don't even need other things. I think I could probably beat the boss as I am right now. But I have to at least fight one more elite. Otherwise, I'm a coward. And I don't want to be a coward today. Okay. Full block. That's very nice. I'm going to format. Damn. Format's really good as it turns out. For my brother and his wife for Christmas, I got them the Slay the Spire board game. And it is one of the sickest board games I have ever played. We're gonna buy some weak. It is a feature. Keep pounding the repulsor at the front, and you kill these back two before they get any stronger, really. I hate to use a potion now, but let's use fire breathing so we can draw into our curses. And then we're going to take a lot off the spiker if I do this, huh? Yeah, I can't compound that damage in good consciousness. But we can fragment for sure. And then I don't want this guy to die. Okay, we got the fire breathing proc. We go front load for life, and then we fire a piercing shot at everything. My strength is gonna not outgrow their... what's it called? It's not gonna outgrow their armor. Oh, but this goes neutral. Nice, nice. We hit it. Did we hit the 2 card? Ooh, I like Skeleton Mask a lot. Oh, come on. Frozen Eyes, the best relic. We got the best relic in the game. It's going to also, like, massively eat up the amount of time that this run is going to take. But I'm glad we got it here rather than previous in the run. I'm going to cut this unupgraded cleanse. Our goal is to make functions and to kill shit. We have no other MO. Block and piercing. We can punch and roll the dice. Nice. We can punch and roll the dice. Defend, we're safe. Nice. We start with an attack. Piercing shot. We invalidate, repair, pound damage again. Just armor up. This is looking pretty good, y'all. I'm going to format here. Nice. What's nice is it doesn't check the armor. The malleable doesn't check the armor until the spell has fully resolved, or rather the card has fully resolved. Not everything is magic. Calm yourself, Matty. Not everything is magic. Did I just fire the wrong? I fired the wrong function at you. That's a funny function. Some of these are getting real weird. All right, we just gained some extra strength off that. Look at this 11 strength. Yeah. I am going to get past one elite, and then I can look at it. You can put the link in chat if you want. Skip here. Go here. This is going to be a really easy fight. We start with the... oh, shit. We start by applying the vulnerable, and then we pound that damage. Need to play an attack first. We did it this time. That's good. Front load needs to go. We really don't need front load, do we? Boost is good here, because we have to scale our damage in this fight. Low-key, I'm going to try to kill this thing. You do not usually kill this thing. Not to say that this is a hard fight. I think this is like one of the easier fights in the game. Oh, man, we're doing a fucking shitload of damage. So I started playing this mod like a few like months ago, and I put it down and I forgot to pick it back up. But it's absurd to me how well built this is. Okay, is this my last turn? Can I deal 540 damage? I don't think I can do that. Infinite loop. Deal 34, and then deal 22 damage 3 times. Oh my god. Fucking magic right here. Oh my god. I wish I had one more turn of it. Add a card. Scry 4, exhaust all statuses discarded. Delayed Guard isn't good, but it's not bad when it gets encoded for free. I think our goal is to encode all of our cards. Full release isn't bad. We need some defense up. That all together should be good. Excuse me. Nemesis. We lead with an attack. We want vulnerable. We don't want fortify. Deep breath is always good. We don't need... We do want defend. An oil spill. We want to check all those cards. The first time for every sentence in human history. We're gonna go format. 4 block, 5 block. This also does a shitload of damage too. So when we pull up that deck, I will read your description of it when we do that. Oh, you can't see it, but I'm playing Slay on windowed because it's kind of broken, to be honest. And it really doesn't like when you alt tab in and out of it. But as a result, I keep clicking on like internet, my open windows behind it. All right, this is the end of Nemesis. Let's check out your deck. Tori actually is the exact thing that counters that boss we just hit. Heart Chain is broken. Sun Grenade is useless. Oh, I'm sorry. Tori is the reverse of the one that's really helpful. Heart Chain is really good. Heart Chain will also save me some life through the floors. Alright, I'll open this chest and then I'm good to go. On the start of your third turn, gain energy. 3 attacks in a single turn gain 4 block. 3 attacks gain 1 dex. As opposed to this, 3 attacks gain 1 strength. 3 attacks gain 1 dex. 3 attacks gain 4 block. I think we just want the ambient block. Alright. Strawberry, you ready? Where's the button? Where's the button? All right. Dr. Mario saves his own creatures from near death that he often causes. Is Huato. He is Huato, the real-world pioneer of modern anesthesiacs, printed in Portal 3 Kingdoms originally. That's very cool. Ooh, this is a sick build around. Okay. So we are a self-mill deck. According to what our commander does. Spore Frog is really good because you can loop it. Or we have a little bit of Enchantress. Obviously this effect is very strong, but you only have 12 enchantments. So sometimes I look at that and I just think like another Beast Whisperer effect. Oh, you're playing Soul of the Harvest already. That's good. Spore Frog is really good. Creatures that sacrifice themselves are really good. Augur of Autumn's very, very nice. This is a little bit of card advantage on its own. Ewit, Terra. This is Azusa. Azusa goes well with Cultivate and Kodama's Reach. World's Fine War. Terrastodon's great. Terrastodon interacts with the rest of your decks really well. Terrastodon can snipe out those pesky lands your opponents control, since I know you love blowing up all lands. You're playing Survival of the Fittest. That is like the sickest synergy with your commander. I love that. I love that. Bending of Dominaria. I don't know how good this is. You might look into instead Lumira, the bear. I would be thinking of Lumira instead of Mending, unless Mending of Dominaria has a specific meaning to this. I mean, it is just more mill. One thing I actually kind of see is I don't see you have much mill in it. So one of the most powerful things you do when you have graveyard selection like this is that you have a lot of card selection with a big graveyard, right? So what I would be considering are ways to fill the graveyard. So I would look at Malevolent Rumble. And then I would be looking at, there's a card in OTJ. It's a creature that costs, that's green, OTJ. What is it? What is this called? Oh my god, Free Strider Lookout is insane. I don't think you commit enough crimes to do that, but that card is insane. Oh my god. I'm trying to think. Okay, we have 2 ways to trigger it. Nah, it's like really a build around. Okay, so this is another deck that's gonna wreck like half of your other decks. This is another one that's dramatically more powerful than some of your other ones. It's just gonna be really consistent. It's gonna be like, I genuinely don't know what your Azorius deck is gonna do against this deck. Maybe the best thing it does is Time Twister to remove this player's graveyard. But then they have 7 cards. Yeah, so I would say this is like way stronger, which is not bad. Just be aware of it. Again, I really like the Terastodon where you can afford it. I think it's going to destroy lands in a way that's much more interactive than the ways you've shown me before. But then you see the Great Henge, and this is like $84 for a reason. God, it's disgusting how expensive this is. What a classic Eldraine card, you know what I mean? The Great Hen. $65 redeem. Hasn't this fucker been reprinted too? What is its legality? Oh, it's a legendary. That's why you don't see it in 60 card very often. Anyways, Free Starter Lookout was not what I was actually looking for. We need to sort by mana value. I didn't realize it did not do that. Okay. Patient Naturalist. This is a really good card. This will fill your bin, and if it whips, then if this one whips, you get a treasure token anyways. So this one is really good. So I'd be thinking of Patient Naturalist. One of the strongest things your deck can do is load the graveyard, and then if you have a full graveyard, your commander's a tutor. You get what I mean? Nice. Good stuff on completing the album. I haven't listened to a whole album front to back in a hot sec. I have to admit that. Been a hot sec. I like barely listen to music. The only time I listen to music is when I'm on stream, and then when I'm off stream, I only listen to either other streams or I don't know. Whoa, I've never seen this. Miri's Guile. Why isn't the scene way more? All right, let's check out some changes. All right, I love the Malevolent Rumble. You will love this card. Oh, what's another cool one? Cash Grab from Bloomborough. This is also very strong. If you're the doctor, I feel like you have to have like a regenerate effect in here. Isn't there a broken like regenerate target creature? Creature. I think regenerating a creature is like kind of on theme for your deck. I'm not saying you need to have a lot of them, but maybe like asceticism is like pretty well known as being a good one. We're gonna sort by mana value. We don't want anything that says sacrifice in it. Let's look at this in images. You have me eyeing like mono green primes as like an archetype, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, yo, if you put together, I'm not saying you should, this is Actually, probably something you explicitly should not add. But I have to mention it if it tickles my brain. If you have Free Strider, look out. It only triggers once per turn. If you add that and asceticism together, once per turn, once per each turn on the table, you can trigger Free Strider, look out. How funny is that? Other than that, I mean, honestly, in a regenerate instant like Mending Touch could be thematically cool. Isn't there one that regenerates and draws you a card? Debt of Loyalty is disgusting. Oh my god. Ah, it's black that has that. Life's Legacy. Oh, is that what I think? Life's Legacy. I think Greater Good's going to be also the other best card in this deck. Greater Good is going to go so unbelievably hard. Yeah, Life's Legacy is excellent. Very nice. Very nice changes. With a deck with this much ramp, you are absolutely going to, like, you're going to have more cards than everyone. You're going to have more creatures. Would I be considering, because this deck, as I mentioned, I think is dramatically stronger than your other ones, I'd be thinking of more, like, I don't want to say more board wipes, but just make sure that your board wipes can, like, kill everything. Things like, ooh, wait, I have one more recommendation for this. Creatures and enchantments you cast can't be countered. This is a really good card. Yeah, Allosaurus Shepherd. You will never ever notice when this card is working, but when it does, it is insane. So I was thinking of Allosaurus Shepherd, but also here's the other one, Destiny Spinner. I don't think you're trying to animate your lands all that much, even though I did see your Kamal in here, but I imagine you're just using Kamal for the second ability. Kamal will end games very quickly when you have this much mana. That's cool. Midright Stone. It's probably overkill, but you could also do like a 1,000-year elixir or something. But anyways, I think this looks really good. Again, with asceticism, it's like for the theme. If asceticism doesn't work for you, also creatures you control have hexproof. I don't know if you've seen this card. Archetype of Endurance. When Archetype of Endurance hits a casual table, like, look. Your opponents are fucked. But, of course, asceticism does the same thing. But again, if asceticism doesn't work out and it doesn't feel thematic, which it might not, because it might just feel really, really slow, I would be looking out just like the 1-mana regenerate target creature instance. And again, the name of that card. Oops. It would probably be Mending Touch. This is the one I would likely do. If I were to replace asceticism with an instant. But asceticism might be really fun. That's kind of like one of those cards that like really puts the nail in the coffin, if you get what I mean. All right, great. That looks very strong. I'm gonna keep going on Slay. We can take another boss fight. And then we don't have the forced boss fight after that. We play It's a Feature, gain mana. Invalidate the back one. Infinite loop. Right. 12 plus 16, 18. We have to do the other loop better. The better loop on the worst target. Oh well. We'll start by casting some zero cost garbage. But we want go to because we want to draw some cards. It's our best defense on. Repair is bad. I forgot how crazy some of these songs are on these Guilty Gear albums. Nice. All right. We take still a lot of damage, but that's okay. We should be like home free now. Or we just keep not drawing any defenses. I'm just going to play the top 3 cards in my library. Okay, that clearly worked out. Infinite loop going hard as fuck right now. Look at that. When we get back to it, it's a pretty nasty effect. Every turn, play that. You know what? Nev's Disc is not bad. It is a classic. Classic for a reason. And I gotta say, with all these decks you're building, feel free to drop my name every time you play these decks. Because I've looked at a lot of them. And I have a funny feeling we're going to look at all 86 within the next month. Whenever I deal attack damage, that is more than half of target's max HP. Kill it instantly. I don't dislike it, but I like Mercury Hourglass. It's just periodic. There's no question asked. I have no branches in my build right now, which is very rare for me. The modality of branch is very strong. Yeah, Nev's Disc is very nice. Yeah, well, no, I'm just asking for some advertisement is all. We go Piercing Shot here. Is for the fragment. And then I'm gonna pound the front, knowing that I have a ton of block. I should have oil spilled. That was a mistake. Also, with some of these decks, they're just like so powerful that I think the main thing that I will try to bring to the table as we go forward is I think that yes, it's very strong. I'm gonna try to, like, now that I've seen a couple of these, I'm getting a better feel for like the power level that you're trying to match all of these to. And so I think that's what I'm gonna try to help in particular, is balancing these against each other. Because I used to also kind of cube my own decks. I would have, back before like the bracket system, I would carry like 4 decks with me of different power levels. But I would also play 4 that you could literally borrow all of them and make a pot out of them. I don't really think I have any like deck list saved, but I probably should have remembered that. But I had like, I had a little party at my place like a month or 2 ago, and everyone was playing my decks. And as it turns out, like half of my decks are like the saltiest things on the planet. It was so funny. It was so funny. Yeah. All right. This is getting a little too out there for me. When in doubt, we go to the hyperdrive boogie. This is the GOAT on my channel. My go-to. What am I looking at now? I can't block, can I? Damn, I have no defensive cards in hand. It's kind of brutal. Just keep infinite looping. Ping. Infinite loop, infinite loop. Holy. Damn, okay, so this, at the start of combat, Wrench and Hot Chocolate will cancel each other out. Or rather, they don't affect each other. 10 Nib is really strong. This is like one of my best runs. This is probably my best run so far in this mod. It helps that I'm playing it nice and carefully and slowly. Because I've done a little bit of like speed running of this game. And I'm going to tell you right now, that does not help you improve. Once you have improved enough. Okay, there was a time in EDH history where monocolor decks were wimps, and that is long gone. Yeah, even when I started during Midnight Hunt, because I've only played for 4 years. Hang on, I need to attack first. Yeah, I've only played for 4 years, but when I first started, mono white was like verging on unplayable. And then in my first, I don't want to say real set, because that's pretty diminutive of designers that worked on Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow. But in my first like magic mind-blowing set, it was Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. And in that set, I just remember Spirited Companion being released and everyone being like, ooh. And I was like, it's a fucking 2 mana that draws 2. What are you talking about? And as like a legend Hearthstone player, right? I'm like, what is remarkable about a 2 mana 1/1 that draws a card? But hey, that was a turning point in monocolor for white. Follow Code is pretty strong. I could remove a rare card. I could remove a rare card. Format's pretty stable. I'll remove a card. I think. I don't have a second cleanse in here, do I? I'm actually going to remove a card that doesn't encode. I think that's what I do. I've miscalculated. Everything encodes. Wait, literally everything in this deck encodes except Deep Breath and the Power. This build is disgusting. Okay, we have a lot of weaken effects. I'm going to remove a block. And we gain a random card. Did we get a basic oil spill? That sucks. Whenever I remove a card from my deck, I'm not going to do that. We will grab it though. We'll choose a skill to start each combat with. Yo, Delayed Guard is all of a sudden insane if I start each combat with it. This isn't a very good potion, but Gambler's Brew feels like a really good tempo potion. There was also a time in EDH and like see EDH history where the win con was just Elish Nor and Grand Cenobite. If you have a thing that keeps your opponents off the board and it's just that strong of a stacks piece, oh my god, I'm getting 10 block every turn now. Dude, this run is fucking over. Oh, I did not mean to press duplication. That means I lose my duplication, right? Yeah, I lose my duplication. Separator. And we start laying down the law. We're laying down the law. Oh my god, that's so much damage. Why is this red? Does this give you a shiv? When the first time I play a card that costs 2 or more, Silent gains 2 shiv. So what if I just don't do that? Yeah, so in terms of video games, this and Hearthstone and StarCraft Brood War, those are my goats. In terms of just straight up video games. I've had a little bit of consideration of playing Brood War again, StarCraft Brood War, but if you want to talk about a game that fucking shreds your ligaments and tendons in your wrists, StarCraft is probably #1 on that list. So unfortunately, that game hurt me a little bit too much. Like literally physically hurt me. Easy run, easy game, easy life. We're going to Ascension 9. Cool. Well, the clock has just struck midnight here. I would like to thank you for joining me. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night, no matter where you are. And I hope your day has got